What's going on, guys? It's Corey back at you with the Rock Podcast. I got my co-host here, Ari Patterson. Say what's up.
What's good?
And I got a special guest here today. You want to say what's up and introduce yourself?
What's up? What's up? It's Topher. What's good? What's good?
All right, so we're bringing in every week. We got a special guest. We're going to be implementing a couple of fun things with guests, and we're going to be, having some fun here. All right. No bullshit. First thing. We're going to go with the NFL recap. What are you guys thinking on the AB drama, man?
Hey, real quick, we can cuss, right?
Yes. Yeah, we can cuss. This is no filter. No filter, man.
I feel more comfortable. For sure. AB drama. I'm going to start off by saying I think AB is a dumbass. There has to be, at some point, responsibility for his actions. Now, I get it. I don't think he want to be in Oakland. Anyway, I don't think anyone wants to be in Oakland. So, all this antics, gotta open. He should be excited. But the rape thing that just came up today might be something that'll take him out a couple weeks.
With that whole thing going on, I'm thinking that he's gonna play a couple weeks, and then they're gonna put him on the commissions list, and then he'll be out for the rest of the season, if not till like week 15, 16, when you're hitting your playoff stride, and by that point, whoever drafted AB probably isn't going to be in the playoffs. But I don't know. This whole thing seems to be coming out at a really weird point too.
I mean, it's coming out at the timing is definitely weird, but I definitely think he did it, man. He just comes across as a guy that definitely thinks he can get away with everything. You know what I'm saying?
I think he was just that way to get off the Raiders, but keep going. I like where you're going with it.
I mean, I don't think AB is that calculated. I don't think the whole thing on the Raiders was calculated. You don't call a GM a cracker to get out of to get off the team. You just don't do that shit. You don't fucking freeze your feet to get off the team. I don't think that was calculated. I think the freezing the feet was a thing. I think at one point it was calculated though, but I don't think from the very beginning it was. I don't believe that. So I feel like the freezing the feet was a part of it. Obviously, I just feel like once he got back with the Raiders and he was making passes and he started noticing things he was doing was getting, they're looking at his passes. John Gruden was giving him a pass for this and a pass for this. He was like, I cannot get out of here for doing anything.
Yeah. I don't know. That whole situation.
His agent was definitely talking.
Yeah.
To some teams.
I don't know. Short term, I think AB plays this week. I don't know if he's going to play at all in the upcoming. All right, let's move on to the next one. John Ross. Guy had a breakout campaign. He was the number 7 overall draft pick in the 2015 draft. No, sorry, 2017 draft. What are we thinking? Do we think he's going to stay consistent?
I mean, to be honest, when I look at the Bengals offense, wait, no, you're talking about John Brown.
No, I'm talking about John Ross, the Bengals player, yeah.
New guy, who got the trick off 40. No, so, yeah, I think when I look at the Bengals offense, in the offseason, leading up to, every year, I feel like the potential is there, you know what I'm saying? And
no.
Every year, I look at Joe Mixon, I look at AJ Green, I look at, John Ross. That should be a pretty good
Tyler Boyd,
yeah. Eifert, if he stays healthy ever, but it never lives up to expectations. Some years, but it's been a while now, Yeah.
It's that offensive line, man.
Yeah.
That offensive line is bottom 5 for sure.
But that first game against the Seahawks, that was a pretty good game for them, even though they lost.
Seahawks have a good defense too.
I don't think the Seahawks have a good defense as much as we're giving credit for. They did lose. Think about it. John Ross is a slot receiver.
They don't have really a nickel corner. The slot's pretty unprotected. What else is he going to throw to? They have no backers. Eifert pretty locked up. They don't really have any, they don't have any outside effect outside the board. He gets on the focus, so who else is going to? So I feel like it's kind of like, he's going to be okay. It's kind of like
So you think it was just a week thing?
It's not going to be just this week. It's going to be every other couple weeks he's going to get in the game.
So boom or bust.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think he'll probably produce similar numbers, maybe not the touchdown aspect or, that high yards. Maybe he'll get 5 catches, 100 yards, or 5 catches, 65 yards and a touchdown. He'll be around that 10 to 16 point mark until AJ Green gets back. Once AJ Green gets back, he's going to have trouble finding a role on the offense. Because,
I think that would open up things for him.
But then you got Tyler Boyd on the other side, and then John Ross slots back in as the third.
But for their new coach, though, I feel like you just want more weapons. I feel like he would figure it out. Wasn't it Zach Taylor?
Zach Taylor, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. John Ross is going to be a very interesting one to keep watching going forward. All right, let's move on to. Yeah, go.
Yeah, what was the last speedy guy that went in the first round that was actually pretty good? Tavon Austin is the last one I remember.
He was really only good in college too.
Yeah, he was good.
He was good in Burts with the Rams. It's just,
he never lived up to round one.
Yeah, but he also was having issues finding his position.
Right. You look at that type of player, look at him or Dexter McCluster. They'd be really important in this game. But when they got drafted, they weren't that important.
Yeah, they're more of a utility guy.
Yeah.
Kind of like a Tyreek Hill. He played running back in college. Now he's playing some wide receiver.
Yeah, but Tyreek Hill is not a gadget guy at all. He's one of the best receivers in the league.
He's the pivotal point of gadget guys. He can do anything you want him to.
Yeah. But I feel like gadget guys.
Or okay, let's drop the Tyreek. Let's put Tariq Cohen as a gadget guy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
There you go. That's a better example. All right. Moving on. Let's move on to some injuries. We got Hunter Henry going down with a tibia plateau fracture or whatever the fuck it is. I didn't think Hunter Henry had that big of a role in the offense week 1. 5 catches, 52 yards? No touchdowns. The Chargers I don't know. The Chargers have enough weapons to recover from it. Just Hunter Henry had fantasy value with touchdown aspects. So you're losing out on that, but the Chargers will be fine, I think.
I think the Chargers did fire their training staff.
Yeah, for real.
They can't keep having detrimental injuries every year.
Especially to a 22-year-old tight end who broke out a couple years ago.
He had 8 touchdowns in 2016.
Yeah.
He had more than that, didn't he?
I'm looking at it right now. It said 8.
Yeah. That was his breakout year.
Every year they lose a superstar.
Yeah.
Before the season gets rolling.
Yeah. And whether if it's not through injury, then it's through holdout, but we won't get into that. All right, Tyreek Hill. Not really sure what his injury was because it's been a little bit cloudy, but they're giving him a 4 to 6 week timeable. What are we thinking about that? Any openings in fantasy? Obviously Sammy Watkins, but anybody else?
2 things. One, it's a shoulder injury, so, I don't care who he is. He still has value. As long as he's on the leg, he can still go. We're good. Facts. So, cause that's all. With speedy guys, you worry about their legs. His legs can still move. He can scratch the ball. He's gone.
Yep.
So,
I know if it's on no hamstring or nothing, he's gonna be straight when he comes back.
Right. But he's still gonna be out those few weeks.
That's cool. So, hey Sam, if you're hearing this, need that trade to go through, I need Tyreek Hill. So let me know.
Okay. So any openings on fantasy? You know, I'm thinking Sammy Watkins right off the bat. Sammy Watkins is definitely going to be a top 5 receiver without Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, that's crazy. You mentioned that. I just want to say something real quick. So Sammy Watkins, right? I reached to grab Sammy Watkins, and he was all said. I don't think so. I think it worked out in my favor.
It's been 1 week, but we'll see. But we'll see.
All we need.
We'll see.
I mean, it was a good pick because you got lucky. Tyreek Hill got it.
He had two touchdowns before Terry got hurt.
Yeah, but they was rolling on the Jags. But
yeah, the Jags defense is bad this year.
Take away my credit, please. I want you to.
I don't think Jags defense is bad. I just think they was going against the Chiefs. But like since Nick Foles is out, they might just collapse.
I think the Jags defense lost a star linebacker.
They did lose Miles Jackson for that game.
And the next one, but they also lost what's his name? He decided he wasn't playing this year.
Calais Campbell and Josh Allen are absolutely fucking nasty. They are nasty.
Yeah.
Together.
Yeah, Calais Campbell's nasty. All right, let's move on. Tevin Coleman, he's got a high ankle sprain week to week. What are we thinking on this? This is definitely bringing out fantasy value in Breida.
I think it actually brings fantasy value out of Garoppolo.
Okay.
Get
I can see it.
for some play action passes because they're not going to run it. They're going to run it a lot early. There's a lot of play action on the backside. It's Shanahan, that's what he lives for.
Yeah, but if you look at it last year, Breida averaged almost 5.2 yards per carry. He's starting now. That was when he was a backup. He accumulated around 800, 900 yards as a backup. Imagine if he's week to week, if he misses 3 weeks, like 3 weeks at minimum, Breida's still going to be fantasy relevant. He'll be top 15 to 20.
That's fair.
I think the most fantasy value comes out of Breida, but I understand where you're coming from with Garoppolo and Kittle. I actually agree with that because when he's getting 5 yards a carry, they're going to key in to stop the run, and then it's going to open up more for the pass game and the play action. All right, we got Geis, another cloudy injury. Not really sure where that one's going.
What happened?
I have no idea. Let me look it up real quick. I think it's I have no idea. I think it's something with his knee. Am I right?
I have no injury status on the guys, other than the fact that AP is playing. AP is gonna have a great game.
Yeah, I got Geis as doubtful here. Let's see what's going on. Okay.
It's a knee injury.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was. He hasn't been ruled out yet, but he is probably it's a meniscus issue in his non-ACL tear knee. That's a pretty big injury. He could be out multiple weeks there. I think the fact that the Redskins made AP inactive when Geis was healthy just shows how skilled he's going to be and how much they trust him. If with Geis out, AP's probably going to be a top 20 back, maybe top 25. But when Geis comes back, assuming he's fully healthy, Geis will probably be a top 15 back. You guys agree?
I don't disagree. I just feel like I gotta see it first.
Right. He had.
What? I gotta see guys play first. I gotta see it.
He had 10 carries for 18 yards last week.
Gotta see it.
I thought he was questioning Adrian Peterson.
Oh,
No, would never question the GOAT.
never, ever question AP. You look
All
at
right.
these seasons he's missed, how many yards accumulated, and when the systems he's ran in, they were heavy pass systems. It's amazing stats.
Yeah. Yep. In his MVP season, he averaged almost 7 yards a carry, too, which is freaking ridiculous. All right, moving on. Away from injuries. All right, we're going to go into a more, pat down, being the number one receiver in fantasy football right now, Sammy Watkins. What are we thinking for him for the entire season? Not just week 2, for the entire season.
I think the numbers for this week were, again, they were elevated numbers.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he continues on this trend to be number one receiver in the league. I think clearly that will go to other players. And I feel like his usage will go more to a pass catching receiver, more possessive catching for key for third down. But look out for Hardman. You have no Tyreek Hill. Look out for Hardman. Nico Hardman. Just as fast as Tyreek. It's like you said this.
That's the name I was looking when I was saying any other people that is going to do well when Tyreek Hill was hurt. Nicole Hardman was the one was the one name I was looking for.
I'm not saying number one receiver in the league. I think number one receiver in the conversation. You look at Michael Thomas.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Thomas. You look at, of course, Hopkins, Devontae Adams. Those are guys with the top receivers. And then, like, the last dark horse, Keenan Allen.
Yep, I like Keenan. Back to Sammy Watkins. I think Sammy Watkins will be a top 5 receiver without Tyreek. And then once Tyreek comes back, I think he's a top 25 the rest of the season.
If we get Clemson Sammy Watkins, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
He just needs to stay healthy.
Yeah. Health has been an issue for him his entire career. All right, let's move on. We're going to do the recap now after we're done with those NFL recaps there. All right, so this is where we're implementing the new thing with the guests. So obviously, me and Ari have our records with our predictions. I'm 2-3. Ari's 3-2. We're going to implement every guest that we have on. They're going to predict the winners when we do our predictions next week. And you guys will have your record. So, as of right now, we are disregarding the first week in the records. So we're all 0-0 right now. I'm 0-0, Ari's 0-0, guests are 0-0. Whoever comes out with the best record at the end of the season will win a prize of some sort. I haven't decided what it is yet, but of some sort.
Yeah.
All right, so, go ahead. Somebody saying something? No? Okay. All right, so, first game of the week. Country Road, Take Me Home, and D-Hoppin' and Your Mom. What are we thinking here? Obviously, D-Hoppin' and Your Mom won 159.5 to 109.1. Highest score, Lamar Jackson. I think this is Andrew's team versus David's team. I think Andrew's team, if Lamar keeps it going, I think his team's going to be one of the best fantasy teams in the league.
I'm going to focus on David's team before I get to
Yeah.
I feel like, now obviously, Devontae Adams is going to have a type of game anymore. That's not going to be a thing. Maybe this week, but after that week, when it plays Minnesota, they should be back on schedule. I just feel like this team, although they didn't underperform, his team isn't really built for right now. He's going to struggle right now. So that's why I put him as one of the worst trades in the draft.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's just not there yet. It's too many problems. Like if your number one running back is Kenyon Drake, you really can go far. I mean, if Singletary keeps it up, I mean, Devontae Adams, Kenny G, they're both number ones. They'll get it done. George Kittle, he'll get it done.
Yeah, his team's pretty thin, man.
That's what I'm saying. Like, obviously, Lamar Jackson went crazy. He's not going to do that every week. That's not who he is. That's not the system required is going to be. So, he's going to get his. He's not going to be like that. So, Andrew has a great team. That's taken from him, but the focus should be on Andrew's team. Even though he did score more points than Johnson, I feel like Johnson kind of just got shit with that. This week, like, Zeke only had 12 points. Like, you know.
Yep. David's team is very, very thin.
It's pretty shitty.
I'm sure he was really hoping on his flexes to do something. Tyler Lockett got 2 targets in a game where Seattle was behind most of it. That should be saying something. Jarvis Landry, in a game where he was down by almost 30 points the entire game, only got 9.7 points.
No, Jarvis, no. The Browns were only down in the fourth. It was close, late third.
Yeah, but they lost 43-13. And he still only got 9.7 points.
Yeah, he still didn't do much. I mean, Baker was through like 3 picks in the fourth.
Right. Baker is also one of those injuries going up to this week. I don't know if you heard, but Baker got hurt.
What happened?
Throwing hand.
Oh yeah, but he's gonna play.
He'll be fine. He'll play, but
Monday night against the Jets. Just wait till Monday. I thought it was Thursday.
No, Thursday nights is Panthers
right?
Tampa Bay.
Okay, for sure.
All right. Moving on from teams here. What the did I just do? All right. We're going on to not commissioner. Yeah, we know you're not the commissioner. And the real OJ32. This is Alex versus Ari. Alex's team looked really good. Dak scored most of his points on his team with a whopping 41.5. Oh, yeah, first of all, Ari won 152.9 to Alex's 139.3. So Ari took the win there. The only issue with his team is I don't know if T.Y. is going to be doing that every game. And I don't know if Dak's going to be doing that every game. What are you guys thinking here?
I think Dak's going to have a huge year with that new offense and all of the weapons.
I agree. I love Dak this year, but I don't know if he'll get the 40 points per week.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be 40. I don't think he gets more than that. I think he's going to have an average 27, which is pretty good.
Right.
I just feel like that system won't call him to do it as well. Same with Lamar. He won't have to do that.
Mm-hmm.
He can just sit back, let Zeke run the ball, and when he needs to, he throw dots. So we got Coop from the outside, Gallup, Cobb, Witten. Like, he doesn't have to do much.
Right.
He just has to play an Alex Smith type of role. Just don't lose the game.
Pretty much. Saquon underperformed based on his projection. Something me and Ari both predicted coming into this season. Dallas's run defense isn't that good either.
What? I disagree. Leighton Vander Esch is phenomenal.
Yeah, their linebackers are ridiculous, but like their run stopping defensive tackles, they're non-existent.
You guys both predicted he wasn't going to do well this year?
Yeah, did you not watch the last podcast? Jeez, and you're my first guest? Man.
I didn't watch all of it. I apologize.
Yeah, I know. You probably just skipped around to your team, right? But Michael Gallup, I don't know if he's going to get those 19.3 points every week, but he'll be up around 10. 10, 12. Damian Williams, I'm fading him. The only reason he actually got above 10 points was because he got a touchdown. What was it, 9 carries for 10 yards and a touchdown, and then he got a few receptions or something like that?
Saquon isn't even getting fed, though. Saquon's going to get fed.
6 catches, 13 attempts, and a touchdown. That's what was Damian Williams' stats.
Yeah. I'm fading Damian Williams. I like LaShawn McCoy better.
That's fine. That's fine.
LaShawn McCoy had 10 rushes for 81 yards to Damian Williams, 13 for 14?
13 by 26.
Oh, okay, so 2 yards a carry compared to 8.1. Got it.
Yeah.
Le'Veon Bell, I think he'll be up around that 20-point mark all year. Everybody's hating on him. Don't know why. It's not like even if they go down, he's not getting game factored out. Sammy Watkins, not going to put up the 42.3 that he did this week. He'll probably be around while Tyreek Hill's out at least, he'll probably be around 15 to 20.
It's crazy. This game, look at it, one of my best players, the second best receiver in the league right now, was on the bench.
Damn. Yeah, he was. Didn't even realize that.
Ooh.
Hey, hit me up for an offer for Deshaun Jackson after this. Okay, moving on. We got a Matty Ice watch, which is Tilford's team, and we got the Sandusky Squealers, which is Sam's team. Very, very, very close dub, if you will. 118.3 to 115.4. Yes, that is less than 3 points of a difference.
I feel like everyone in this matchup, these two teams are going to be great. These are teams that are going to play for playoff spots when it's all said and done. My thing is, everybody on their team will perform in a category. Every team. Like, you got Roethlisberger, Phillip Lindsay, Montgomery, all underperformed. And then you got, on Sam's side, Tyreek got hurt, Gurley didn't do much, Jared Cook didn't do much. Both these teams have players who can have breakout potential. Didn't perform last week. So, this is a key match to watch. This could be a match that would be like, at the end, look for playoff seeding, this would be the one.
Right. My only issue with Sam's team is his 2 wide receivers were Tyreek Hill and Antonio Brown. As you know, one's hurt, and we don't know the future of the other. So, I don't know what he's doing there. He might just throw Alshon up there. But, yeah, his wide receivers are looking slim, if you didn't realize that.
I need some more depth on my bench.
Yeah, your team is thin as well. Your highest score on your bench was, besides Matt Ryan, was David Njoku, which is a tight end. Robbie Anderson, I was high on him. I know a lot of other people that were high on him.
I mean, I was watching a lot of that game, and he had a lot of deep throws.
Yeah.
Thrown to him, and they barely missed. So.
Yeah.
All you need is off those days.
That might be a Sam Darnold thing.
Give up big plays. The Browns give up big plays, so I'm ready for that.
Plus, he has 7 targets. Sam Darnold, that's second to, of course, Crowder, who had like 19 targets.
Yeah.
Then you look at how they're going to play next week against the Browns. You got Browns have a top tier corner. That's Jamison Crowder. You should look at Robbie Anderson and Marius Thomas.
Well, Jamison Crowder's a flex. I'm sorry. Jamison Crowder's a slot receiver, though. Like, he only works out of the slot. Robbie Anderson's more of your outside guy. And then Nunwa's on IR now, probably ended his career.
Nunwa had potential, too. That's sad.
Yeah. And Nunwa had a really good year, and then had a neck injury at the end of it, which, you hate to see it. You hate to see it. All right, moving on, because this podcast is already running really long, and we're not even halfway through. All right, Mayfield the Dreams versus In Zeke We Trust. This is Christian versus John. If a little backstory on this matchup, if you didn't know, Christian and John have had a fierce rivalry. Christian and John, their record is 3. Christian, John 1. John has not beat Christian until last year. Now it's 4-1. Christian's team went off.
This is probably the best team in the league.
Yeah, I agree. 100%.
Top to bottom, with depth on the bench, best in the league.
You know what's really good when Baker is your third lowest scorer in your starting lineup. And he's a quarterback. That's when you know your team's good.
Brady went off on the bench. He can just slide Brady in, especially this weekend.
Exactly.
I got fun fact. I predicted the Miami Dolphins to not let up 40 points this week. They won't let up that many points to Brady. They typically
Yeah, okay,
show out.
you're right. They won't let up that many points to Brady, but they'll do it to Michelle.
Fair.
Michelle is probably my number one running back this week.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Because he's playing the Dolphins. What do you mean, why? Tom Brady's going to throw 3 touchdowns in the first quarter, and they're just going to run the ball down the throat. Looking at the other side of the ball in John's team, you got a bunch of people who underperformed. You got Zeke, Chubb, Diggs. Geis obviously got hurt. The one
person was Wentz, and that's it.
Yeah, Wentz scored a third of his points. One guy I was saying in the last podcast that would really bring this team to the top tier was Miles Sanders, and he got 3.2 points. So I don't know about this team anymore, man. I don't.
I still believe in this team.
You know, I was talking about underperformance and completely missed Mike Evans with a whopping 3.8 points.
Sherman was clamping him.
Yeah. And you're getting clamped by 50,000-year-old Sherman.
I mean, that game was a really weird game. That game had no rhythm. Like, it was like more than one pick six. That game was crazy.
Yeah. I don't know, man. If players keep underperforming like they did in this specific instance, then I don't know, man. His team has talent.
It's only week 1, though. These players, most of them didn't play preseason. That
True.
Is them warm up. This was their warm up game.
True.
You don't want a situation where you have Adam Thielen going crazy for the first half of the season and kind of like disappears to the back.
Right.
So
But you also don't want a thing like this where your player doesn't perform for the first half and then does in the second. It's not going to get you playoffs. All right, moving on to Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer versus Pasta Julio. This is me versus Nick Himes. I'll let you guys talk on this because I'm not going to speak on my own shit team.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Your team, it wasn't for Kamara making it look nice. Yeah, this team was obliterated from the start. Like, really. Eckler, Jacobs, they were good. Yeah, those guys are good. But Rudolph, 0. Cooks, 4. Mixon, 2. Cam, 7. I don't even think Nick Himes' team do much. They still underperformed. So, it wasn't, and it still was relatively close. That's the craziest part.
Yeah. That's one thing I will comment on. The fact that I only lost by 23 points with a 0 bomb, a less than 3 bomb, a 5 bomb.
Twice.
Yeah, 2 less than 3 bombs, and a 8 bomb from my should be my highest scoring position. The fact that I even came close, I think that should be saying something. And I had a...
One John Brown was from winning. John Brown plays that game.
Yeah. Literally a John Brown away from winning. And, would you look at that? John Brown's on my bench. No. All right. Looking at his team, though, Derrick Henry can catch the ball like he did in that game. We're going to have issues with Derrick Henry this year.
Yeah.
Michelle.
He had a big game.
Yeah. Receiving touchdown and a rushing touchdown. The receiving touchdown was 75 yards.
That's nasty.
Sony Michelle, I expect that to be the only game where that happens. Julio Jones underperformed, but he was going against Xavier Rhodes all game. Still managed to get 12.1, which isn't bad. Odell getting clamped by... Sorry, who's their number one? It's not Adoree, is it?
No.
Logan Ryan?
No, Malcolm Butler.
That's their one?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Odell got shit on. Alright, let's just keep going down. Keenan Allen, he's going to be a top 10 wide receiver this year. Duke Johnson, I thought he was going to do better.
He didn't look too bad.
No, he don't look bad at all.
I thought he was going to do better, though.
He was splitting carries, though.
Mm-hmm.
If he wasn't splitting carries, he definitely had 100.
You're right.
Well, but the thing is, Hyde did good, too.
Yeah.
You can't...
Splitting carries.
Right, you can't knock either of them. Allen Robinson, I love this year. I think he'll be around that 13 to 15 point every game, which is a solid flex option for him. Latavius Murray should not be getting the carries, but that's just my opinion on that because I have Kamara bias. But his night was salvaged by a touchdown, a 33-yard touchdown. Sutton, I think he'll be around that 15-point area as well. Anthony Miller, though, shit the bed. I thought didn't he have like 10 touchdowns last year? Or am I tripping?
I don't know, dude, stats. I have no idea. I'm not
I think you're tripping.
I don't think I am, man.
I'm looking it up right now.
It was like 8 to 10 touchdowns last year.
No, not so far.
Wow.
Yeah. All right. That is going to do it. Oh, no, it's not. We've got power rankings to go over, don't we? All right, Ari, what's your one? Who is your
one?
one?
Team is Mayfield of Dreams.
Yeah.
And it's just the team's great. He has depth at every position.
Yeah.
It's not even close. He's the best team. If everyone stays healthy, he can run the field. Unless he does something stupid. I know you and a lot of people take advantage of Petty, some dumb trades. If he takes some dumb trades, maybe. But this
I've not been demanding shit from him. I just asked Kittle for Breida and who was the other guy?
Yeah.
Oh, LaShawn McCoy. 2 running backs that he needs, but whatever. Who's your number 2? Because I have Christian at number 1 too. Who's your number 2?
My number 1 is me.
Your number 2 is you?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the reason for that is obviously Watkins is now the big dog in KC. But I just feel like James Conner is going to have that bad of a game anymore. Ertz is going to be amazing this week, so it's Atlanta. And Atlanta's linebackers aren't too consistent enough.
Did Deion Jones die?
Yeah. I know what I said.
Okay. All right. My number 2 is Andrew. Just for the sheer fact that he had the second most points this week. Who's your number 3?
3, Matty Ice Watch.
Oh.
Number 3.
Okay.
You gotta look at the matchups as well and what happened last week. His team underperformed in big names. Like Juju underperformed, Roethlisberger underperformed, Thielen didn't even get that many passes or targets towards him.
Cousins threw 10 passes, bro.
Right. So you get players like that to get back in the rhythm. That could be a problem.
Hey, real quick, what do you think? What do y'all think about David Montgomery? Is he gonna do good, or was that hype just bullshit?
Yeah. Packers defense is elite this year.
Yeah.
It was just a fluke.
Bears had no.
And he kind of got game scripted out of the game, really.
Mitchell Trubisky was fucking terrible.
Yeah, he was bad.
Big Ben was worse, though. Don't forget that. Big Ben had a worse game than Trubisky.
Not wrong.
That was terrible.
All right. My number 3 is Ari for obvious reasons. He had the third most points for this week. Who's your number 4?
I'll do 4 and 5. Number 4 and 5 is D Hop and your mom and Pastor Julia. Definitely.
In that order?
In that order.
Okay. My 4 and 5, I got Pasta Julio, and I've got Not the Commissioner. I just think that Pasta Julio, his team underperformed in the wide receiver category. He could be higher on this list, but as soon as his wide receivers start to produce, his team's going to be good. Not Commissioner happened to score 139 and ended up losing somehow. So I put him at 5. Who's your 6?
I'm going to just round up my top 10, keep it simple.
Fair enough.
Not the Commissioner, 6. 139. Come on now. 7, Sandusky.
Okay.
8, I got your team.
Okay.
9 is Cashman, but I don't think Cashman's still that low, for too long. And last is Davis' team.
All right, mine's pretty similar. At 6, I got Matty Icy Watch, whatever the fuck your team name is, craphead. Then I've got Sandusky Squealers, which is Sam. Then I've got my team. Then I got John's team, and then I got David's team. All right, let's move on. We're going to go waiver wire grades. Yeah, we've got a new topic coming this year. Something I thought I'd throw out there because it's fun and exciting. All right, so Pasta Julio, if you didn't, this is Nick's team. If you didn't write down or look at any of them, he added Kirk Cousins and Jimmy Graham and dropped Anthony Miller.
Solid, so solid.
I don't know if I like the drop of Anthony Miller, considering I feel like the Bears' offense will end up being elite, and Anthony Miller is their touchdown scorer.
Which Mitchell Trubisky you think it's going to be elite?
Yes. He added Kirk Cousins, which gives him that backup quarterback. I like that. Added Jimmy Graham, especially after losing Hunter Henry. I like that.
Kirk Cousins isn't going to be throwing many passes this year. They're going to be a very run-heavy team.
Yeah, he didn't throw many passes and still scored 20+.
Yeah, but that was a blowout.
Yeah, imagine what happens when they're not getting blown out and it's a close game and they have to throw. All right, what's your guys' grades on this? What are you looking at?
I think it's solid. I don't think it got his job done. If he starts Kirk Cousins, I don't think I need to start Kirk Cousins because Drew Brees is still Drew Brees. So he's good insurance to have.
Yep. What's your grade? A through F.
I'll give it a B.
Okay. Tilford?
I give it a B.
I gave it an A, only because he didn't have a backup quarterback, and adding somebody who scored, I think it was 12 points last week in Jimmy Graham. I gave it an A. Mayfield the Dreams added Ronald Jones, Chris Conley, dropped Jamal Williams, and Quincy Enunwa. What are we thinking here?
Wait, what is it?
He added Ronald Jones and Chris Conley, dropped Jamal Williams and Quincy Enunwa.
Yeah, that's good. That's a C. It doesn't really affect this team anywhere, but it got rid of stuff they need to get rid of.
I think it affects this team pretty majorly. Ronald Jones, I think Arians saw enough from him to make him the featured back. Conley doesn't really add anything. Probably the same as Enunwa if he didn't really get hurt. I'm giving it a B, mostly because he dropped Jamal Williams, which is Aaron Jones' backup, and Aaron Jones hurts his hamstrings all the time. So I don't know why he did that. That's a really good handcuff for any situation, any team. That's the only reason why I'm grading it a B, though. Now we're going to D-Hoppin' and your mom. He added Terry McLaurin and dropped Rashad Higgins. I'm giving it a B, mostly because they're both same caliber. Terry McLaurin only played 32% of the snaps last week. I'm just giving it a B.
It's a B with A+ upside.
Yeah, Terry McLaurin could be really good. Then we got Country Road Take Me Homies. Take Me Homies? Something like that. I don't know. He added Marquise Brown and dropped N'Keal Harry.
I like it. I like it a lot. I got the A. I'll give it an A.
I got an A- on it, only because we don't know what kind of IR Harry is on. He could be on an IR to where he can come back in, week 8? And I think N'Keal Harry with the Antonio Brown situation has a lot of upside. And we have that IR spot, so we technically didn't even have to drop anybody. But, so yeah, that's why I graded it an A-. But Marquise Brown's a very interesting situation. They had, I think it was 39 offensive snaps, the Ravens did, and Marquise Brown only played 12 of them, catching 4 balls and 2 touchdowns. That is why I picked up John Ross over Marquise Brown, only because of the snap percentage. But we'll get into that in a sec. Matty Icy Watch added Taysom Hill and dropped Robert Foster. All right, before Ari, you say anything, Tilford, tell me what you were thinking here.
What was I thinking?
Yeah, what were you thinking?
I think Taysom Hill is going to score a lot of touchdowns this year, to be honest with you.
You realize the only position you can play him in is quarterback, right?
Oh, wow. That is true.
So you're going to put somebody that doesn't throw the ball in your quarterback spot.
God damn it, I can't put it in the plug.
Nope. All right, so I graded that a D.
Yeah, bro, I guess no risk on that. I mean, Robert Foster was the one who beat me anyways. I missed out on a bunch of days.
Yeah. All right, now we'll move on to my team. I added John Ross, and I didn't drop anybody. Just for the sheer fact that I added a top 10 guy that was on the waiver wires as of week 1, and didn't drop anybody, I'm giving myself an A. Might be biased, but
I mean, yeah, I give it a B+.
Yeah.
You just gained. You really no negatives there.
Right, exactly. All right. Now let's look at next week's predictions. All right, so remember, we are keeping track of our records here, or our predictions here, so we can put them in our record after the week. So, all right, we got Tilford's team versus Grabowski's team. Ari, who do you have winning?
I'm gonna go with. Wow, this is hard. I'm gonna go with Matty Ice Watch. Close. And the reason why I say that is, I don't think Dublin's gonna have a bad game again. He might not have a great game. He's gonna have a 50-50 game. 50 receptions. 50 rushing yards, 50 receiving yards. Actually, hold up. Wait. So it might change the lineup a little bit, I ain't gonna lie. Looking kind of steep in some areas. You said what? Lineup has to change. It looks kind of steep in some areas. On my bench. I'm looking at this. I'm changing my whole decision. I'm going to Grabowski's team winning.
Whoa. The changes. Okay.
I looked up and down. It's going to happen that way.
Okay.
Well, hold up. How do I check the matchup? I'll just go on my phone.
All right. While you're doing that, I do have Tilford's team winning. After careful calculations, I think it's going to be a close game. But the reasons I have him winning is Thielen is going against Green Bay, who led up almost 100 yards to Allen Robinson, and I think Thielen's better than Robinson. He's got Michael Thomas versus the Rams. Come on now. It's going to be a pass-heavy game. And then Alex has Kerryon playing against Los Angeles Chargers, who I think is one of the better run defenses in the league. And then he's also got Barkley versus Buffalo. Yeah, I was looking at that too. So that's why I'm taking Tilford's team.
Nigga, what? This is not even close. Tyler Boyd against Juju. Darren Waller against Evan Ingram. What?
All right, so I'm assuming you're taking yourself.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Moving on to the second matchup of the week. We got David's team versus Christian's team. This is, by the way, just a little backstory here. This is the number 1 team in our power rankings versus the number 10 consensus in our power rankings. So, in that case, who do you got winning?
No.
Do we even have to go over this one? I was going to say, I think we all have Christian winning here. Just to give some reasons for all of us, probably McCaffrey's playing Tampa. Brady's playing Miami. Edelman's playing Miami. And David has a lot of tough matchups on his team.
But the crazy thing is, it's not going to be that much of a score difference.
Okay.
I think it might be between 5 points either way. I'm going to take Make of the Dreams, obviously, but I don't think it's going to be that much of a point difference between these teams.
Okay. All right. So we're all taking Christian, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
Tilford, is that who you're taking?
David's team is so shitty.
Okay. I thought you were going to say David's team for a second. So, all right. You went Christian as well. Okay. Now we got Ari's team versus Nick's team. Tilford, I want to hear you first.
Ooh. To be honest, this is going to be close.
I agree. I think this is going to be our closest matchup of the week here.
But I got Ari.
Okay. Ari, who do you got?
I got past Julio.
That's what I have too.
And the reason why is I look at the matches I can't win in. And I think when I look at defense, I look at Russell Wilson versus Breeze, and then Connor versus Michelle. Michelle's going against Miami.
Yeah.
Breeze just gonna do Breeze shit.
Especially against the Rams. It's going to be a pass-heavy game.
So it's not really. And plus, okay, Breeze doesn't do much. You can check on Kamara. Kamara can go crazy. That does not do much.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
But if you continue looking down at it, Nick's got OBJ against the Jets, and even Tyrell Williams against Kansas City, which is kind of a sleeper kind of thing there. All right, now we got Sam's team versus John's team. This one's going to be kind of weird because AB... Who's blowing into their shit? Tilford, quit moving your shit. So, this one could be a weird situation because of the AB thing. If he plays this week, it could change the whole outcome of the game.
If he puts him in the starting lineup, I'm taking Sam. But until then, it's Zeke we trust.
Even if he puts him in the starting lineup, I think I still have John. But you got to choose one, Ari. Which one?
I said it's Zeke we trust.
Okay, so you're choosing John as well.
Yeah.
All right. And what are you looking at, Tilford?
Yeah, I got Zeke trust.
Okay. The only reason I have that is because he has no Tyreek. He might have no AB. Chubb is going against the Jets, and Quinnen Williams is, I'm pretty sure he's out. Mike Evans against Carolina, I think that's a really good matchup. And Woods versus Nola, which I think is a really good matchup as well.
Whenever I see Dante Moncrief starting in any lineup, that team is automatic.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing. All right, moving on. We got the brothers matchup. It's me versus Andrew.
I'm gonna go with Andrew.
Okay.
And the reason why I say Andrew is because if you look at the quarterback position, we don't know what Cam's gonna give you. Lamar Jackson is going against Arizona. Come on now. He got the two best things that can happen to a young quarterback who can't throw that well.
Right.
Two worst defenses in the league. Running back though, Kamara will outscore both Carson and Johnson by himself.
All right, Tilford, where are you going?
Which one?
Me versus Andrew. Tilford, next time you get on here, you need headphones.
Alright, bet. My bad.
You're good. Who do you got?
I think I got your team.
Okay.
For sure.
I have my team as well. Might be biased, but the reasons I put is Kamara versus the Rams is a good matchup. Newton versus Tampa Bay. Newton might have shit the bed last week, but it's Tampa Bay. Cooks versus Nola. That's going to be pass heavy. Godwin versus Carolina. Jacobs versus Kansas City. I feel like they might air the ball out a lot more, but Jacobs is still a pass catching back, so it shouldn't hurt him. And then you got Eckler versus Detroit, so that's the reason I'm taking my team. All right. So, just to recap, where we're going different is me and the guest both have Tilford winning. Ari has Grabowski. We all have Christian. Me and Ari have Nick winning. The guest has Ari winning. We all have John winning. And then me and the guest have myself winning, and Ari has Andrew winning. Alright, so all of our record right now for these predictions is 0-0. Like I said, winner at the end of the season will get some sort of prize. Alright, and that's concluding our podcast for the week. I'm Corey, I'm with my co-host Ari, and our guest today was Tilford. We're signing out tonight, guys. Peace out.
I'm gonna get some liquor. Peace.